So we're hunting in the interior of British Columbia, and most of the hunting that we do is done in pine trees, and as a consequence we're hanging up false crotches. The false crotches are set up with a ring about this size, and I know most of you guys on the East Coast are able to drag your gear up and over a branch, but when you have the knots, the hitches that John RB is using, they're not going to pass through this climbing ring. So I've already taken the liberty to tie a Longhorn Agile Hitch. I'm going to clip in. This is a Halfline system, so it's derived from the system Scott Kurtenbach introduced back in September. But I've added some modifications. So it's a hybrid system using a hitch and a mechanical device. So, no further ado, this is the LA hitch. I'm just going to clip my beamer in, and this is one of John RB's adjustable bridges, so it's a double adjustable bridge. It's got Longhorn Agiles to tie it up, and so we'll just clip this up in here. The ratio of these lines is fairly close. I believe this is a 7mm cord on a 8.2mm climbing line. The issue with that is the grip isn't that good, so I added an extra wrap down in my LA hitch. All right, so we're just going to pull this up a bit. We'll load it. Looks like I'm not going to slide. So instead of doing the rad system that Scott demonstrated in his, what we're going to do is we're going to use a little Petzl Tibloc and a foot loop. So I really don't like tying too many hitches in the dark. This is the Petzl Tibloc. It's just a little ascender. And so what you can do with this is clip it on there. And it only weighs 32 grams, which is about 1.2 ounces in real measurement. Okay, so there's my foot loop. And let's push that up. And here we go. So way faster than the rad system that I demonstrated in an earlier video that we did, and you guys threw rocks at it. So I can get up pretty quick, and with certainly a lot less effort than the DRT system I used for the 3 seasons preceding using this Halfline system. All right, one more. All right, so now I'm at hunting height, or let's assume I've gotten a hunting height, and I can ditch the foot loop. So just remember, when you take this apart, this guy likes to fall. So it goes into my pouch first. Hang on to the beaner. Foot loop can go in the pouch. I like dropping the foot loop over the Tibloc so it doesn't get dislodged and fall out of the pocket. So we're done hunting, and it's time to get back on the ground. And as John has taught us, you can set up a munter. I'm fairly light, so I can get by with a single munter, but I have used doubles before. Come on down, honey child. And we're in. And that's locked. And so I put this on the short bridge, and now I can just rappel back down the tree. Okay, we're down on the ground. Stay with me. Okay, so I'm just going to tear things apart. And we're going to disengage the Longhorn Agile. I'm going to just dump things on the ground, so for the purpose of doing the video, you just see how things come apart. Okay, so there's the LA hitch, and I've got to get this down, and this is a girth hitch, and so we pull this down. I'm going to disconnect this clip, and we'll clip this into the clip and back to my preset line. And now I can just pull this down, and do remember to reconnect your preset, otherwise you're going to lose that. Okay, so now I've got everything that I need there, and I'm just going to show you one other thing. Okay, I did a hand sewn loop before for the girth hitch at the top, and what I discovered was that it was pulling through that climbing ring and binding, so I just tied a figure 8, so basically creating a figure 8 on a bite, and that also prevented this big loop from passing through the climbing ring, and that way it doesn't bind. You saw how easily it came down out of the tree. And that concludes the exercise. Thank you all.